What happens when a WNBA star takes a stand and the league's leadership instantly regrets it? Sophie Cunningham's fiery ejection defending Caitlin Clark has shaken the WNBA to its core and sparked a controversy no one saw coming. Let's break down the moment that's changing everything. Chapter 1. Backstory and rivalry ignites. First off, you've got to understand the history here. This isn't just a random flare-up. J.C. Sheldon and Caitlin Clark, they've been at each other's throats since their Big Ten days. Ohio State versus Iowa. That rivalry was fierce, intense, and personal. Fast forward to the WNBA, and that tension didn't just disappear. It's simmering under the surface, ready to explode. But it gets even more heated. On May 30th, in a game that left fans and players on edge, J.C. Sheldon wasn't just playing though she injured Sophie Cunningham and Sydney Colson. That wasn't a clean play. It was a hard foul that left the Fever players nursing injuries and nursing resentment. And guess what? The referees let it slide. No real calls, no real consequences. That game became a powder keg, with the Fever feeling angry, frustrated, and ready to retaliate. This backstory is crucial because it sets the stage for everything that comes next. When you have a history like that, every play, every whistle, every stare down carries weight. The Fever weren't just playing basketball, they were fighting for respect and justice on the court. Chapter 2. June 17th's controversial game. Now, let's talk about June 17th. This game was a roller coaster of emotions and controversy. Early on, Caitlin Clark gets poked right in the eye by J.C. Sheldon. That's not just a foul, it's dangerous. And then, if that wasn't enough, Marina Mabrey hip-checks Clark violently. These weren't minor incidents, they were physical, aggressive, and borderline reckless. The referees took nearly 20 minutes to review these plays. You'd think with that much time, they'd come down hard with serious penalties, right? Nope. They handed out 3 technical fouls and 1 flagrant foul. No ejections, no real accountability. Fans watching at home and analysts covering the game were furious. Social media exploded with outrage, calling out the WNBA for letting these hard fouls slide. The Fever players felt abandoned. Imagine being on the receiving end of those hits and feeling like the league isn't protecting you. It's a blow to morale and safety. This wasn't just a bad night for the Fever, it was a bad look for the entire league. Chapter 3. Sophie Cunningham's stand. Later in the game, things reached a boiling point. Sophie Cunningham, who had been targeted earlier in the season, took matters into her own hands. She delivered a hard, intentional foul on J.C. Sheldon. It was clear she wasn't holding back. This was a statement. Cunningham got ejected for it, but she didn't walk off defeated. No, she walked off proud, head held high. The crowd erupted with chants of, "Sophie! Sophie!" This wasn't just about a foul. It was about loyalty, toughness, and standing up for your teammates. Cunningham instantly became the Fever's enforcer, the player who says, "If you mess with one of us, you mess with all of us." This moment was electric. It showed the Fever's transformation from a team that took hits quietly to one that fights back fiercely. Cunningham's ejection wasn't a setback, it was a rallying cry. Chapter 4. Officiating under fire. Now, let's zoom out and look at the bigger picture. The WNBA's officiating came under intense scrutiny after this game. Critics blasted the refs for inconsistent calls and a lack of control over the physicality on the court. Some even called it a WWE-style circus, highlighting how the game was turning into a spectacle rather than a fair competition. Commissioner Cathy Engelbert found herself in the hot seat. Fans and analysts accused her of having a hidden agenda and failing to protect star players like Caitlin Clark. The league's culture of physical play, combined with a lack of discipline, was being called out loud, especially as injuries piled up, not just for the Fever, but across the league. Think Paige Buchers, Angel Reese, and others who have faced similar brutal play. This controversy sparked repeated calls for the WNBA to step up, improve referee training, and enforce stricter penalties to protect players before someone gets seriously hurt. The league's reputation and player safety were on the line, and the pressure was mounting. Chapter 5. Player Loyalty and Fever's Identity Transformation. What's really fascinating here is how this controversy reshaped the Fever's identity. Sophie Cunningham became more than just a player. She became the embodiment of the toughness and grit the team desperately needed. She's now seen as Caitlin Clark's protector, the enforcer willing to stand up and stand on business. This shift wasn't just about one game or one foul, it was a cultural transformation. The Fever went from being passive victims of hard fouls to a united front that fights back. Their team unity strengthened, and their resolve hardened. They showed the league, and the world, that they won't back down or be pushed around. This new identity could be a game changer for the Fever, turning them into a team that commands respect and fear. Cunningham's role as the enforcer sends a clear message: the Fever protects their own. It's a mentality that changes how opponents approach them, knowing that any aggression will be met with fierce resistance. This transformation is more than physical toughness, about loyalty, heart, and a refusal to be intimidated. Chapter 6. Statement, Win and Legacy. Finally, let's talk about what this drama led to. Despite the chaos, Caitlin Clark finished strong with 20 points and 6 assists, leading the Fever to a decisive 88-71 victory. Natasha Howard hit a milestone with her 50th career double-double, and Kelsey Mitchell added 17 points to seal the deal. This wasn't just a win, it was a statement. The Fever reclaimed their pride and sent a clear warning to the league. If you mess with one of us, you're dealing with all of us. This game is already seen as a defining moment for the Fever's culture, and could be a turning point for how the WNBA handles officiating moving forward. It showed that the Fever's new toughness and unity translate into results on the court. With the July 1st Commissioner's Cup final on the horizon, the Fever are marching in battle-tested and ready to prove that their toughness isn't just talk, it's real. This victory isn't just about the scoreboard, it's about legacy. Sophie Cunningham's bold stand wasn't just about one foul or one emotion symbolizing a shift in the WNBA's culture, demanding respect, loyalty, and accountability. The Fever showed they're ready to fight for their own, and the league must respond. If you find this video insightful, don't forget to like it and subscribe for more deep dives into WNBA drama and news. Thanks for watching.